The United States government has declared war on XRP. Is this the final chapter? Should we sell all of our cryptocurrency without waiting until it is too late? In any case, I'm really hesitant to respond to your inquiry because the truth is not well received by a lot of people. Recently, Changpeng Zhao, the chief executive officer of Binance, which is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, has garnered a lot of attention due to the fact that charges have been launched against both him and the exchange. These charges include violations of laws in the United States that prohibit money laundering. Zhang made his admission of guilt and subsequent resignation from his role as CEO on Tuesday. Binance is now compelled to pay fines that are valued at more than $4.03 billion, with the former CEO personally contributing $50 million to the total amount. For the purpose of resolving claims brought forth by the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, notably those pertaining to the trading of unregistered crypto derivatives by customers in the United States, a portion of this total amount will get allocation. There are no pirate ships operating in U.S. markets, according to a statement issued by the United States government, and access to customers in the United States is a privilege rather than a right. Christy Goldsmith Romero, the Commissioner of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, highlighted that the organization is dedicated to maintaining a hostile position against cryptocurrency exchanges that violate trade regulations. The question is, what exactly does the CFTC stand for? The Commodity Futures Trading Commission is an independent body that operates within the United States federal government. Its primary responsibility is to monitor and regulate the commodity futures and options markets worldwide. The development of markets for trading futures contracts and options on futures that are open, transparent, competitive, and financially secure is the major goal of this organization. By protecting market participants and the general public against fraudulent activities, manipulation, and abusive practices in the commodity and financial futures markets, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission is committed to protecting the market. It is responsible for exercising regulatory power over a variety of companies that are involved in derivative trading, including commodity trading consultants, commodity pool operators, and futures commission merchants. The Commodity Futures Trading Commission is an organization that plays a crucial part in maintaining the integrity of derivative markets. Its primary objective is to improve transparency and assure compliance with the Commodity Exchange Act, which is the law that regulates the trading of commodity futures and options. Additionally, the Commission takes measures to counteract fraudulent activity and unethical behavior in these markets. Recent events have resulted in the Commissioner emphasizing a zero-tolerance policy toward the use of virtual private networks or any other tactics that aim to avoid know-your-customer requirements. One example of this is the refusal of pop-up inquiries that are intended to verify the user's location outside of the United States. Nevertheless, what does this imply for us? The method known as Know Your Customer is utilized by companies and financial institutions in order to confirm and authenticate the identity of their business clients by confirming that individuals and companies involved in financial transactions are in fact who they claim to be. The primary goal of Know Your Customer is to prevent fraudulent operations, money laundering, and other illegal activities. It is common practice for the Know Your Customer process to involve the collection and verification of particular customer information. This information may include personal details such as name, address, and date of birth, as well as identifying documents such as passports or driver's licenses. Financial institutions, which include banks, investment firms, and cryptocurrency exchanges, frequently have a legal obligation to implement Know Your Customer procedures as part of their regulatory compliance measures. The purpose of this information is to establish the identity of the customer and evaluate the potential risk that they pose in terms of financial crime. These institutions receive assistance from KIC in adhering to anti-money laundering principles and preventing the misuse of funds for activities that are associated with criminal activity. On the other hand, the cryptocurrency community, and more specifically supporters of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and XRP, has a tendency to be resistive to Know Your Customer rules. This opposition originates from the initial philosophy that underpinned the creation of cryptocurrencies. These cryptocurrencies were designed to facilitate decentralized and private transactions without the requirement of disclosing personal information, which is a frequent practice in traditional financial institutions through the use of Know Your Customer procedures. Cryptocurrency enthusiasts place a high priority on privacy, decentralization, and security, and they believe that Know Your Customer practices go counter to these values. In addition to this, there's a widespread mistrust of individuals in positions of authority, as well as a need for worldwide accessibility that is unencumbered by the many regulatory constraints. Despite the fact that this opposition is founded on these ideals, current conversations are aimed at finding a middle ground between regulatory compliance and the protection of individual privacy in the constantly shifting landscape of Bitcoin. Virtual private networks are a method that individuals can employ to circumvent some know your customer requirements. An application known as a virtual private network, or VPN, is a tool that gives users the ability to establish a connection to another network that is both encrypted and safe over the internet, to protect one's privacy and security, as well as to gain access to content that is prohibited geographically. It is frequently used through the usage of a virtual private network. Users' internet traffic is routed through a server that is located in a different location from the user's own. Through the use of this method, their true IP address is concealed, creating the impression that they're connecting to the internet from the location of the VPN server. Just because of this, the tracking of the user's actual location and identity by websites and other online services can be made more difficult, which can result in an increase in privacy. When it comes to the Know Your Customer standards, the utilization of a virtual private network has the potential to be a means by which individuals can avoid these requirements. An example of this would be a cryptocurrency exchange that prohibits users from a particular nation owing to regulatory concerns. In this case, a person from that country might use a virtual private network to make it appear as though they are accessing the exchange from a location that is permitted. I might be able to circumvent the Know Your Customer checks that have been set up to authenticate their identification and ensure that they are in compliance with the law. Nevertheless, it is essential to keep in mind that attempting to circumvent Know Your Customer regulations by means of such approaches is likely to constitute a violation of the terms of service of the financial institution or platform, which may result in legal repercussions. Furthermore, in order to maintain the integrity of their Know Your Customer procedures and achieve compliance with regulatory standards, numerous firms have established mechanisms to detect and block the usage of virtual private networks for this purpose. In a statement, the commissioner emphasized a posture of zero tolerance, emphasizing that the use of virtual private networks or any other ways to circumvent Know Your Customer laws would not be tolerated. Not only is this incredibly significant and in some sense unsettling news for those who possess XRP, but it is also news that affects the entire cryptocurrency community. In a separate release, Commissioner Caroline Pham of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission stressed that the CFTC's jurisdiction extends across national borders. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau will continue to pursue non-US firms, as Pham emphasized, and this should be recognized without any doubt. SBF, the founder at FTX, has entered a plea of not guilty and is currently facing 7 felony counts, one of which is conspiracy to commit money laundering. This rapid action comes in the midst of an ongoing case being brought against SBF. Consequently, this new breakthrough can lead to compliance criteria that are stricter. It is possible that this will have an effect on the accessibility and anonymity that the cryptocurrency community places a high value on. The fact that the market is global may result in an increase in the amount of collaboration that exists between regulatory agencies all over the world. When it comes to innovation and compliance, striking a balance between the two becomes increasingly important. This requires the sector to traverse ever-changing regulatory landscapes while also respecting the concepts of decentralization and security. Just in the case of high-profile cases such as this one, legal precedents are established which might have an impact on future regulatory measures. It is also possible that technology innovations will arise in order to solve regulatory issues without compromising the privacy of system users. That's all for now.